As you saw, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau flew to Iqaluit to sign this agreement. It happened in front of a packed room with past, present, and future leaders, all there to witness the historic occasion. Let's listen now to more remarks from Nunavut's Premier and the Prime Minister about the significance of today.
We didn't, and we're ready. Wakadlanga, Pikuwityapaka, Nunavut Inuitum. Our land, our resources in the hands of our people. It's our land, our resources in the hands of our people. Wakadla, Nunavut, Makita Chutigum Naktangin, Nunavut Mutano, Tiguyahu. Naminasona, or devolution, is one more step in the realization of a self-reliant Nunavut. This is the next big step and the next chapter in the story of our beautiful territory. We didn't.
Today marks the finalization of an agreement that will see the largest land transfer in the history of Canada. 2 million square kilometres of land and waters will be transferred from the Government of Canada to the Government of Nunavut, to Nunavummiut. Inuit have hunted and fished and lived on these lands for generations, some going back well before recorded history. Today begins a new chapter in the history of Nunavut, a transformative chapter. Now, the formal name for this process is devolution, but in many ways it's more of an evolution in our partnership as the federal government and the territory, and also an evolution in the progress towards self-determination for Inuit living in Nunavut. It makes me think of the Inuit word ayuinata, a word that our Governor General, Mary Simon, has shared many times with all Canadians and indeed with the world. A term that means never give up. It's what led to the formation of this territory. It's what got us to today's agreement. And it's what will make sure that we continue to build a better future for the people of Nunavut.
Devolution was always the dream for Nunavut, and it was a long time coming. Here are the key moments that got us to where we are today. In the 1960s, the federal government began gradually transferring some responsibilities to territorial governments, including for things like health, social services, and housing. The transfers happened over a long period of time, and during that same time, Inuit began fighting for self-government and rights to their lands and resources. That battle brings us to May 25th, 1993, when the Nunavut land claim is signed. Paul Quassa, one of the signatories, says that devolution, complete territorial control over Nunavut, was part of the vision in that agreement, even if it wasn't a reality at that time. Then, on April 1st, 1999, Nunavut officially becomes Canada's newest territory with its own government. Almost a decade later, on September 5th, 2008, Nunavut, NTI, and Canada signed a negotiation protocol for devolution, the very first step in starting the devolution process. Negotiations wouldn't formally begin for several years. They started in early October of 2014. Then, 5 years later, on August 15th, 2019, Nunavut signs a devolution agreement in principle, the next step forward in the devolution process. This agreement signaled that all the major issues were resolved and acted as a stepping stone to the final agreement, which is where we are today, January 18th, 2024. The devolution agreement is signed by Canada, the Government of Nunavut, and NTI.